The new Ford Capri. Well, a few things strike me, guys. One, Polestar's CEO says that it is a copy of Polestar's car, the Polestar 2. And two, this is actually just basically a rebadged Volkswagen ID.5. Now, the Ford Capri is meant to be the reinvention of the classic Capri. But I'd say it looks quite different to the original Capri. For one, it's about twice the size. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. It's great to see you. The Ford Capri, classic car. I know a lot of people in the UK used to love the Capri. And realistically, it is the kind of nameplate, a little bit like the Mustang to some degree. Clearly, this vehicle is nothing like the original Ford Capri, or any Ford Capri for that matter. It's much bigger. And to be honest, guys, it's not really that similar to a Polestar 2. I know the side-on dimensions are kind of similar. Realistically, though, this vehicle is 4 inches taller than a Polestar 2. That's 10 centimeters. That's a huge, it's a massive difference. 4 inches is astronomical difference. When you look at the side of the vehicles, you look at the side of a Polestar 2, you look at the side of this, in the real world, they won't look very similar. But yeah, I can see where Polestar's coming from at this point in time. There are some similarities, certainly. Anyhow, what do we know about the Ford Capri? Well, we know that it has the same wheelbase as the ID.4 and the ID.5 because it's using the Volkswagen MEB platform. That is 2,770 millimeters or 109 inches. Now, this is actually kind of a similar car to the Ford Explorer. Of course, the Ford Explorer, that's basically a Volkswagen as well, but this is more of a coupe-like vehicle for people who don't want a boxy shaped car, I guess you could say. As for the interior, guys, I love the interior. I think this might be the best interior I've seen in any Ford vehicle. Really nice job here. I don't know if Ford did this or Volkswagen did it. Either way though, it is carried over. The design is similar to the design of the interior in the Ford Explorer. It has the same 14.6 inch portrait infotainment screen. Yeah, anyway, either way, the interior does look really nice. Volkswagen motors give this vehicle 335 horsepower. Technically, it'll drive more like an SUV than a Ford Capri, or an original one anyway. It does not have a live rear axle though. Unlike the Capri, it has a modern multi-link suspension setup, and it has an entry-level single motor. So the cheapest version has a single motor with 210 kilowatt. That's 282 horsepower. Yeah, that's about double the power of the most powerful Ford Capri, which was a V6. In terms of performance, that single motor version of the Capri will do 6.4 seconds from 0 to 62 miles an hour. That's 0 to 100 kilometers an hour. And if you want to get all-wheel drive, you can pay extra to do so. 335 horsepower, 250 kilowatt, 5.3 seconds from 0 to 62 miles an hour. And it has a 79 kilowatt hour battery. The base version uses a 77 kilowatt hour battery. The all-wheel drive version, a 79 kilowatt hour battery. This is a heavy car. It weighs 2,100 kilograms. That is 4,625 pounds. However, the all-wheel drive version weighs 2,174 kilograms, about 200 kilos more than a Tesla Model Y. That's 4,800 pounds. So the Tesla Model Y all-wheel drive, it's about 450 pounds lighter, even though the cars are pretty similar size. The Model Y is slightly bigger. So what about range? Well, Ford claims that you will get 390 miles of range. I really very much doubt this, but Ford says this, so maybe it's true. 390 miles of range in the single motor version. That's 627 kilometers. If you want to get the all-wheel drive version, it gives you apparently 368 miles. That's 592 kilometers. Now, considering the battery packs are not really massive, either Volkswagen have somehow massively improved their efficiency, or they're using much higher energy density batteries, or I don't know, something funny's going on. Now, I did hear a rumor, guys, that Ford was waiting until Volkswagen, or until it could get access to higher energy density CATL batteries to launch this car. It was waiting for those new batteries to launch this car because it knew that it would get more range. So maybe that's what's happened here. What about charging speeds? Well, charging speed is 185 kilowatt for the dual motor version, but only 135 kilowatt for the single motor version. I don't believe that's enough charging speed. I think 135 kilowatt for a car in this segment is not enough. Anyhow, the dual motor version can charge from 10 to 80% in around 26 minutes. All Capris will come with dual zone climate, heated 12-way massage seats, heated and folding door mirrors that project an image of a Capri onto the ground, keyless entry and start, wireless phone charging and wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. If you pay extra, you can get the premium pack. That gives you a 10-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system with a subwoofer, ambient interior lighting, matrix LED headlights, and hands-free rear hatch. But the extra weight and rolling resistance that comes with that vehicle means it reduces the range by 20 miles or 32 kilometers. Now, the biggest reason is not really the extra weight of those features, it's more that it comes with bigger wheels. So bigger wheels mean, 20 miles or less range, just 32 kilometers less range if you want to get that option pack. I don't think it's worth it personally, but anyway. Premium models get an upgrade from the 19-inch wheels to 20-inch wheels, but you can upgrade to 21s. Now, I don't personally think that's a good idea, but if that's your thing, you could do that. You can also improve your standard safety features by getting the premium pack. It comes with, there's a driver assist pack, I should say. It includes a heads-up display, active park assist, assisted lane change, and a 360-degree camera. What about pricing? Ford hasn't announced prices, but we think the price will be similar to the Ford Explorer. How much does the Ford Explorer cost? It's expensive. Pricing starts at 48,900 euros. That is, 48,900 pounds. That is 58,000 US dollars. That's the single motor version. Price for the dual motor is 50,000 euros, which is 64,000 US dollars. The premium trim, if you want to get the dual motor with premium trim, that is 54,000 pounds or 69,000 US dollars. Yeah, it's certainly not cheap. So guys, like I said, a similar size to the Model Y, but probably a little more expensive. This is essentially the coupe life version of the Ford Explorer. Prices in Europe might be a little bit cheaper. Usually cars in Europe are a little bit cheaper than what they are in the UK. So maybe a 5 to 10% decrease in those prices in Europe. Will these cars be coming to America? Well, not in the short term. In the long term, maybe, but at least not this year or next year, unfortunately, because honestly, I think this is a kind of a funky, pretty cool looking car, and it would do something for the Mustang Mach-E in the US. It would maybe help Ford increase their sales. In terms of sales though, in the UK and in Europe, well, the Mustang Mach-E is sold there, so this would be a direct rival. It's a very similar size to that vehicle. They're both coupe-like vehicles. I'm not sure about Ford's strategy to have two cars that are basically the same car, just with a different style to them. Could, really just essentially cannibalize sales of the Mustang Mach-E. But maybe that's not such a bad thing. I don't know. Now, guys, here's the thing. How are Ford going to make a profit selling these cars? We know Volkswagen doesn't make a profit selling EVs, and Ford is essentially buying the platform, and a lot of stuff that goes into these cars, the motors and stuff, coming straight from Volkswagen. So how can Ford turn what is an okay product into something where they can profit from it? Well, I don't think they can. I think they'd have to charge a lot of money to profit from these cars. So Ford won't be looking to sell heaps of these, but maybe it's more like a thing where they kind of introduce their customers to more EVs. I'm not really sure what Ford's strategy is here. I think they'd be better off from maybe using BYD's technology, maybe seeing if they can do some sort of platform sharing deal with BYD, like what BYD with other car manufacturers like Toyota in China. That might actually be a better strategy. We know BYD are building factories in Morocco, in Turkey, in Hungary. There's numerous places where Ford are building factories for where BYD are building factories for the European car market. So I really don't understand Ford's strategy here. They definitely wouldn't be able to profit from these vehicles at the prices they'll be selling them at. What are they going to do long term? Well, I don't know. But I do know this. Chinese car sales are predicted to hit 11.5 million hybrids, plug-in hybrids and EVs this year. And their sales are growing at a rapid pace. Sales of EVs in Europe, not so much. And I'm talking about EV brands from Europe. They are definitely struggling. How's Ford going to go with this strategy? What do you guys think? I'm not a big fan of this strategy, to tell you the truth. Volkswagen, Ford, this tie-up, it doesn't really make sense. But maybe I'm missing something. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching.